Good morning. Welcome to the Victory in Biz Accountability and Success Ignition Call here, just like every Monday morning. I'm always excited to see all of you and where we can stay accountable, set our goals. And today, I want to talk about success rituals, rituals for peak performance. And I'm going to share some with you that I use and that I also know that some other successful entrepreneurs use. But I also want to hear from you today. Um, I want you to share your number one goal, but I also want you today to share with us what is a daily ritual or habit that you have implemented in your life to help you be more successful or be more productive in any way. So if you have something like that, share with us. And then at the end of us sharing, I will share what I have for you. So Ramon, you're my number one today. What is your number one goal for this week? And then do you have any success rituals or habits that you implement daily? We can't hear you. You're muted. Still muted.
Hello?
There he is. Now we
Nice.
can hear you.
Yeah, so I think one of the number one things that has helped me in being successful is I always block out my time for what I'm doing in that at that time in that area. So it always keeps my mind in place, and I'm not thinking about 1,000 things at the same time. So
Yes.
I'm very focused, and I have um, my target markets, both for who are my customers and also who are my recruits. So I'm looking for recruits, and I'm also looking for customers at the same time. So
Right.
I've got some recruits that are good recruits that have about 7 or 8 deals that they've sent me, but I personally have about 20 deals that I'm working on at my time. So not only am I a recruiter, but I'm also a customer too. And
Yes.
I'm also my own rep.
Right.
So when when they're not performing, I'm performing on my own as well, and I keep things going. So
Good.
um, so that's, I think, one of my big things. Plus, I serve as an example for them to keep them motivated and going. So
Exactly. Exactly. And what is your number one goal this week, Ramon?
my number one goal to this week is actually to call my recruits and follow up with their customers and make sure that that we're keeping them going and that we've contacted with them, and that everything's still flowing. So
Okay. Fantastic. Thank you for sharing. So he's the success ritual is really setting his plan up first thing in the day, knowing exactly what he's going to be doing and who he's reaching out to. So thanks for sharing that with us, Ramon.
I
No,
tell you
well,
what, I even have
yes.
my nap time scheduled.
I love that. I love that. That's one of the things that I am going to be talking about too. So yes, absolutely. Very interesting. Thank you, Ramon. All
Yeah.
right, Noel, you're up next, my darling.
My number one thing to get done today is taxes. Get that off my plate. And
Oh,
you got Robert's business taxes done. So now I got to do mine and our personal and get it off my plate and out of the world for at least the next 9 months.
Love it.
I did schedule time with a friend who's an accountant so she can help me understand QuickBooks and use it more effectively so I can be better off for next year. The ritual that has stuck with me that Robert and I have done for probably double-digit years now. I get up at 6 a.m., if not earlier, by my natural clock, with or without an alarm. And we go to McDonald's, of all wonderful places, many reasons, but it's a time to breakfast together with my husband, devotions, prayer, and just get started, figure out. I often do a to-do list for the day, but I get up and I go out and I get away from everything else to figure out my day and spend time in my devotional world and get started.
I love that. That's beautiful, Noelle. Yes. And I know you guys do that. So it's awesome. Great way to start your day. Christine, number one goal for the week, and then share with us if you have any success habits or rituals that you implement in your life daily.
My number one goal is I've got to get the rest of these headshots from my Canada trip finished edited. And then my success rituals is I've implemented like that green light system where I have 3 things every day, non-negotiable, have to be done to move my business forward in that day.
Yes. Oh, wow. Okay. Love that. Love that. Love that. And that Canada event looked amazing.
It was fun.
Was it fun? Fantastic. I'm so glad you got to go out there and do that. It's fantastic. Thank you, Christine. Michelle, you're up next.
All right. So my goal for the week, which I'll have done today, is get my 60-second video done as part of my A5.
He's got the book there ready to go.
So that's my goal. I have other goals for the week, but that one is today. I got to get that done. Some of my rituals include, like, I wake up every morning by putting headphones on my head. Like, I have a daily meditation that I created myself in my own voice that I listen to wake up to every day. I do a little stretching, some yoga, and then I just I get into my daily planner. I do look at my calendar digitally, but I usually spend kind of the night before populating the next day in my handwritten planner, because when you write things down, you remember them more. So yeah.
Love it. Yes, yes. Sounds very similar to mine, except for the self-created meditation. I love that. That's great. Awesome. Thank you, Michelle. Greg, what do you have to share with us today?
Well, what I do to keep myself on track is I write my manifestations out every single day in a book. And I don't know if it helps or not, but I'm trying.
I'm sure it does. I'm pretty sure it does.
My goal this week is actually the same as it was last week, and that's to finish up a bunch of programming stuff that I'm working on with some AI applications. I didn't get them done last week, so got pushed to this week, but part of it has to do with scope creep, which tends to happen all the time when you're writing software. And that's where I'm at.
Yes, yes. Lots of stuff, good stuff going on for everybody. Love it, Greg. Thanks for being here. All right, Tracy, you are up next. What do you have to share with us?
Okay, so what my number one goal this week is April 10th. I have an event coming up, and I need to focus now for the next 2 weeks on ticket sales. So and garnering any affiliate partners. So if you're interested, there's a link. And my success is very similar to Ramon. Every single night before I go to bed, I do what's called battle plan my next day. So every single hour is accounted for from the beginning to the end, and it's really to not just help me from not being focused, but to ensure that all of the various activities, whether it be marketing, accounting, reach out, delivery, sales, whatever it is incorporated, whether that be into the day or massively into the week.
Mm-hmm. See, what I love about sharing all this is that we all can get ideas from each other of things that we can implement. So thanks for sharing that, Tracy. That's fantastic. Battle plan. I like that. Is that what you said? Battle plan? I like it. Well, good morning, Mac, or afternoon for you guys. It's still morning for me here in California.
And a lovely day it is.
Yes.
There's always a bunch of things going on, but I like the part where somebody said that they were taking personal time. I think it was Noel going to McDonald's because that's what I did this morning. I've got about 100 elk in my yard. And what never happens, about 30 deer came in while the elk were here. They never mix. And then
Oh,
on to business. We're moving forward with one of the new brands up in Canada. Um, I'm meeting with the partners up there on Wednesday, and we're trying to put a few final things together.
wow. Good stuff. Good stuff. Thank you, Mac. Always good to see you. Serena, so this morning we are sharing our number one goal and then any kind of success ritual or habit that you have to share with us
Okay.
that you implement in your business.
Well, I follow Noel. Taxes are key this week, and then also a fantastic time at the Sash Cash and class event. I'm excited about that, and I'm one who meditates every single morning, and that's just kind of get me centered and grounded. And I'm also big into exercise to kind of get my in the morning to get my brain going, and yeah, and as far as I guess follow up with people is key with business, and sometimes I'm better at that than others, but that's going to be something I'm going to focus on.
Well, fantastic, Serena. Thank you. Well, and those of you who are going to the Stash Cash and Class conference, please do share photos. Do let us know how it goes. I sadly won't be able to be there. I'm seeing off my friends who are here from South Africa. But I wish you all, those of you who are speaking, those of you who are going to be attending, I hope it's a fantastic event for all of you. And no doubt you will benefit from it. So yes, so we're talking about success rituals. So I pulled up a few that I use that helps me, but also that I know other very successful entrepreneurs that, and I loved everything that you guys said because all of that stuff is included in here. One of the interesting things I found is that Alexander Dumas, he was the author of the Three Musketeers. He would get in the zone by eating an apple under the Arc de Triomphe every morning. Interesting. You know, so a lot of the times you'll see it. Sometimes it's weird and strange things, but because it's a habit and it's something that's daily and they do every day, it is just a way to get that brain into that mindset of where are we going, what are we doing, and what do I need to do to focus. Thomas Edison would enter a state between sleep and wakefulness known as hypnagogia, right? And the way he did that, that's apparently where your intuition and creativity peaks. And he did this by drifting into sleep, but he used to hold on to steel balls. So as soon as he falls asleep and the balls fall, they wake him up back to consciousness. So I thought that was really interesting. So he wanted to be in that space between sleep and awake, but not asleep, right? So that was really interesting. I'm not sure if any of you decide to try that. Let me know. I'd be interested to see how that goes. Pablo Picasso, he painted between every night between midnight and 2:30 a.m. because he found this was one of the most productive times for him. So what are your most productive times? Are you aware when you are most creative or when you are most productive, right? Definitely for me, not between midnight and 2:30 a.m., but good for him. So let's talk about some other good rituals. So let's talk about morning rituals first. Quite a few of you said you wake up early. Waking up early in itself is a fantastic success ritual because we are most alert in the mornings when we wake up. Most of the billionaires and a lot of the successful CEOs, like Richard Branson, starts his day at 5:45 a.m. Apparently, he doesn't close the curtains. He wants the sun to wake him up. So the sun comes out at 5:45 a.m. That's how he wakes up. And just coincidentally, if you're not really a morning person and you decide you want to try that as a morning ritual, you can cultivate it by starting to go to bed 20 minutes early earlier every night to kind of get yourself into that being able to wake up early. It's going to be hard if you're not a morning person to like just one morning wake up at 5 a.m. and it's not your thing, but you can slowly get yourself there. The other one is exercise. Of course, those of you know me know that I don't feel like my day is complete until I've done exercise. However, I do not exercise first thing in the morning. I like to exercise around lunchtime because I like to work really, really hard when I exercise and I don't feel like my body's awake enough in the morning. However, a good stretch or a good yoga session in the morning is a great way to also get yourself going. But if you're a morning exerciser, doing like a quick 15, 20 minutes, like high intensity workout, that can also be a great way to get your blood pumping, get your body going in the morning, right? And then those of you who've done this call with me for a long time know that I've mentioned this one before. Steve Jobs, he wakes up with one simple question. And every morning when he wakes up, the first thing he asks himself is, if today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I'm about to do today? Okay, so if this was to be my last day, would I want to do what I am about to do today? That's the question he wakes up every morning. And if the answer was no on too many days, he quickly made the necessary adjustments to get himself back on track. I actually have friends that when they implemented this, they actually changed careers because they realized that they were doing something every day of their lives that they did not really want to do. So interesting question to ask yourself. And the next very important habit is a nutritious breakfast, right? Who here feel like they eat a nutritious breakfast every morning? Yeah? No? Any of you? What would a nutritious breakfast be, right? That would be the question. I have a protein shake every morning. That's for me. Or maybe you can do a low sugar fruit smoothie with greens in it, right? That would be nutritious. Or a high protein breakfast, eggs and sausage, or something that's really going to feed your body and get you going. Sugary breakfasts tend to make us sluggish and tend to make us less productive. So staying away from bagels, donuts, cereals, all those kinds of things. So that would be something that I highly recommend. If you feel sluggish in the mornings, try a really nutritious breakfast. We have visualization, that's been mentioned. I feel like meditation and visualization are two very obvious ones. If you've never tried it, I highly recommend it. It really helps with focus and just getting you on track for the day. Another good one is focusing on the hardest tasks first. So if you do what Ramon and Tracy does, and you really plan out your day, and Greg, well, all of you, I know a lot of you mentioned that you plan out your day. I do too. The night before, I really look at my schedule. My day usually starts with calls. I usually do all my discovery calls I do 4 between 9 and 11 a.m. And then 11 a.m. I start teaching my fitness classes, so I work out. But what was my point? Oh, hardest tasks first, right? So if you can start your day with the things that you really don't feel like doing so much, and that's the hardest, then it's easier to get through the day when those things are out of your way, right? I saw Tracy shake her head, so I think that's something she does too. Brendan Bouchard, he swears by not checking his email until he's at work. So you know how a lot of us first thing in the morning pick up our phone and open our emails? I just want to turn that off. I think a lot of us are guilty of that. But try to avoid that. He says the reason he does that is he wants to do things that he needs to do and focus on first before he has to respond to other people's agendas. So pay attention to your own agenda before responding to other people's agendas first thing in the day. Have a to-do list. I think we've covered that one. And then there's the eyes closed question. I think this kind of fits right in with Steve Jobs's question that he asks in the morning. But if you in the morning before you actually open your eyes can ask yourself, what is the one thing I can do today to move closer to my goals, right? So before you even see the world around you, just ask yourself, what is the one thing I can do today to move closer to my goals? I really like that one. I've not tried it, but I'm going to. All right, how are we doing? I'm going to share a few more with you guys. Affirmations we mentioned. So in the afternoon, maybe having an energy boosting snack. I feel like I always have a little bit of a slump in my day around 2:30 or 3 p.m. So having something nutritious to snack on during that time, like hummus and nuts, or maybe peanut butter and half an apple, or I like to do a mozzarella stick and a fruit, something like that, that can give you protein and a good energy boost. That's a good one too. In the afternoon, power naps, Ramon. Let's talk about that for a second. So it was interesting to me when I went to Spain, of course, you know, there everything closes down between, I don't actually remember the hours, but it's early afternoon. All the stores, all the restaurants, everything closes down. Everyone goes for their siesta. Now, according to NASA, a 26-minute power nap improves performance by 34% and alertness by 54%. So, but they say anywhere between 15 and 26 minutes. Anything longer than 30 minutes puts you in that where you feel sluggish afterwards, right? You get that. So who here ever takes naps? I have a hard time taking naps. I've tried it. I can't do it. I have FOMO, right? It's like, it's daytime, things are happening. I gotta be part of it. I've got things to do. I struggle with naps, but a lot of people have a lot of success with having a midday nap. And again, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Ramon, how long do you nap? Ramon, how long is your nap?
You're
I can't
on
hear you.
mute.
You're muted. Oh, he's still muted. There we go.
Huh.
Ramon, you're still muted.
Hello.
There he
Okay,
is. Yes.
I'm back. So
Yes.
what's the question?
How long is your nap when you take one in the midday?
Oh, so I'm on seizure medications. So somewhere between 11 and 2, I get just I can't think, I can't move fast anymore. I'm not efficient. So I'll usually do like a 15-minute nap, but sometimes it goes if I don't have any meetings or anything at that point, I might not wake up till like 3 o'clock.
Okay.
So
Well,
it
and
just depends what my body needs.
for
I
you,
don't
it's a
want,
medical thing. So
yeah,
that's important.
I don't
Yeah.
want to push it to the point where it causes me to have a seizure. So
Right, of course.
I listen to my body, but I try to do the 15-minute nap or a 20-minute nap, and then I just get back up again and go. And in it's funny because I can't fall asleep unless there's noise. So I turn on something that I don't really care about, and so I'll turn on the news.
Okay.
It's just like people talking, and I'm not listening, and I fall asleep. So
It's your white noise. The news is your white
it's my
noise.
it's my
Interesting.
white noise.
Okay, interesting. Well, thanks for sharing that with us, Ramon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, medical reasons, of course, but did anyone else here take Serena?
I have a quick question for you. You said NASA said 26-minute nap. It's 34% more. What did you say?
34% improves performance by 34% and alertness by 54%.
54%. Yeah.
Yes.
When I do, like if I am tired in the afternoon, I do listen to my body. And if I have time, I'll take a little nap. I call it my power coma, and just like go down for like 25 minutes or so and just try to Yeah.
Fantastic. And actually, you know, the naps are great, but that's what my midday workout does for me. It's give me that new spurt of energy for the rest of the day. So hey, nap, workout, whatever works for you. So fantastic. Let's see what else is here that's interesting. Okay, so also music, as we all know, take a little break, listen to something upbeat. Positive psychology showed that listening to upbeat music both improves your mood and boosts your happiness. We all know this. So rock like nobody's watching for a few minutes and it gets you going. Those of you who've been to university and seen Kathy speak, she talks about that energy boost in the middle of the day. So music is a good day to do that. The other thing is sunshine, right? Get out into natural sunshine for 10, 15 minutes. Sunshine boosts your productivity and also your attention span, right? So sunshine is a good one. Breathing, deep breathing exercises. Those of you who know me also know that in my Victory Factor program, I teach quite a few different breathing techniques that can do anything from calm nerves to raise energy to relaxation and productivity. So breathing is always a big thing for me too. Bath or shower, or how about a cold plunge? I don't know who can do that in the middle of the day, but that's an option. If you need to energize, water, I find water, it always helps me. No matter whether I'm feeling ill or I'm feeling sluggish, taking a quick shower can be a way to kind of also just snap you out of that. Who here has ever done a cold plunge? Any of you done that? Yes.
No, I'm Mexican. I'm supposed to stay warm. Yeah.
So cold plunge is really, really, it's good for inflammation and all those types of things too, but it really wakes up the brain, gets the nervous system going, or just hop in an ice cold shower for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds,
I do
something
that
like,
yeah.
yeah, that can give you a
Another
boost.
thing that
Mhm.
you know, I'm sitting on my desk and then I get tired. But what I do is when I wake up from my nap, to empower me and just give me that extra energy, is I stretch. I
Yes,
stretch my
stretching.
back, I stretch my legs, I stretch everything, and just to get that blood flowing back into between my bones and everything, and that really helps me a lot. Is
Yes.
the stretching. Yeah.
Absolutely, Ramon. Those of you who know me, I know Noel knows I stretch daily. Like I cannot live without my stretching. I'm going to end here. We're almost done for time. I have a bunch here, but one I want to share with you is the 6 evening questions. So at the end of your day, asking yourself these 6 questions. Stephen James of Project Life Mastery asks himself the following questions in the evening. And you can too, if you want to stay in a space of gratitude, empowerment, and flow. Okay, question number 1. What was great about today? Okay. Question number 2, what did I love? I think those are very similar, but what was great about today? What did I love? And then number 3 was, what have I given today? So who did you help? What did you give? Okay. Number 4 is, what did I learn today? And number 5 is, how have I grown today?
What was that?
And number 6 is, in what ways has my life improved today? So those are the 6 questions. What was great about today? What did I love? What have I given today? What did I learn today? How have I grown today? And in what ways has my life improved today? Don't think too hard about your answers. Just write down whatever comes to mind. And we'll call that a day here at the Accountability and Success Call. Thank you for joining me, you guys. Have a beautiful, beautiful week. Go out, kick butt, and I'll see you next Monday. Same time, same place. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, Vanessa.
You're welcome.
Have a good
Bye.
trip back.
Thank you.
Have a beautiful
Bye-bye.
day. Bye-bye.
Bye.